Amazon PPC can be really tough because there's a lot of campaigns, a lot of keywords, a lot of bid changing, optimizations, negative keywords, and all of that. And if you think that this is tough, you're not alone. And so Helium 10 came out with a tool called Adtomic. In this video, I'm going to do a full step-by-step review of Helium 10's Adtomic tool, a tool that can help you optimize bids, launch campaigns, find which keywords are working, which keywords are not working, and all of everything in between. Vince, my friend, actually works for Helium 10. And he designed this software, and so we've talked a lot about our strategies, and he shares a lot of the same strategies that I use. And so I definitely think that this is a really good software. If you guys don't have the time or the money to invest in your own software or macros or whatever, Helium 10 Adtomic can be a great tool, and let's discover it together. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Mina, the Egyptian prescription Elias with the PPC University, and in this video I'm going to take you through a walkthrough step-by-step of Helium 10's Adtomic. So let's jump right in. So the first step, guys, is to log into Helium 10, and then right here where it says Adtomic, you can click on Adtomic. Now, right away, you'll see it says Dashboard, and next to it, Learn. If you guys want to learn, everything is right here. So it says Campaign Builder, Ad Manager, New Keyword Rules, Negative Keyword Creation, everything. So if you're unsure of anything, definitely jump right in there. Now, I'm going to go step by step through everything. Let's look at the dashboard. First of all, we have Dashboard, Analytics, Ad Manager, Suggestions, Change Log, and Products. One by one. So you see, here's my PPC spend, here's my PPC sales, and this is for, just this one certain account. Here's the ACOS that it has, and then we need to put in our MWS token so that they can pull the total sales and the total ACOS. So that's something you have to do in the settings. Go to your settings, in the connections, open this up right here. You have to add the seller account and add the seller token. Let me log this out. Now, I'm going to open everything one by one. So let's open the products. So in the products here, you'll see all of the products that we're running campaigns on. And I can click on ad groups. It'll show me all of the ad groups. And if I click on campaigns, it shows me every single campaign and ad group. And it shows you the spend, the sales, the ACOS, the ROAS, impressions, PPC orders, tacos, everything. Basically, what you can do here is you can do some filters. You can put filter by date. You can say what type of campaign do you want, sponsored products or sponsored display. And you can filter and you say, okay, show me everything with an ACOS of less than 50% or 50%. Click apply, and it's going to show me the different campaigns. It's going to show me the different campaigns right here. And as you can see, I only have this one campaign because everything else is off. Actually. But anyways, so it's good to see things at the product level. Now let's go back to the dashboard. We can look at all of the campaigns. So here, this is every single campaign for every single product that I have. And you can see the ACOS, the impressions, ROAS, clicks, click-through rate, cost per click, PPC orders. So you get a ton of great analytics in here. We can toggle by ad group and we toggle by keyword. So for me, for example, I only do one ad group per campaign, so I can just turn off ad groups. And right away, you'll see here, it just shows you the campaigns and what product we are bidding on. So whether it's a keyword or whether, for example, the auto, there's a close match, loose match, complements and substitutes, and so on and so forth. So it's really cool. And again, we can filter by many different things. So I can say, okay, give me everything that has a ROAS over 2. Click apply. And as you can see here, it pulled out everything that has a ROAS of better than 2, every single campaign. You can see this one is the where the ROAS is less than 2. But for example, it showed us a bunch of stuff with ROAS equals 0. So what we can say here is show me anything with a ROAS greater than, let's say, 1.5. So it's not too tight. Obviously, the bigger the ROAS, the better. So we want to make sure that we're looking for bigger ROAS. So right away, you can see here, it gave me all of the campaigns with a ROAS of greater than 1.5 right here. And you can see this is 1.9, 1.6, 3, 4. And so I can tell right away, wow, this campaign, is really good because it has a 4.82 ROAS and so on. And pretty much a lot of good analytics can come out of this. So again, let's go back to the dashboard. You can do the same thing with ad groups and keywords. So we can discover that later. You'll see here, it pops out the top 5 products by spend. It says, this is how much I spent on this one. This is how much I spent on that one. And then the top 5 product by sales. This is how much I made in sales of that one. And this is how much I made of sales in the other product. So this will be cool because you can see who's spending the most and who's making the most sales, and if it makes sense, like are the ones that are spending the most making a lot of sales, or is there someone that's spending one product that's spending a lot but not making enough sales? And that's something that we can then get into. We can go and look at a certain product, we can filter. So let's say, I'm looking for this a specific product, and I want to filter, see what's making this product not perform so well. So I'm gonna clear this filter right here, and I'm gonna click on filter and say, okay, show me everything that has an ACOS of greater than 50, a spend of greater than, let's say, $10, and this is obviously last 30 days. Click apply. So now it's gonna say spend is greater than 30, ACOS is greater than 50, and I'm gonna see, where am I getting, those quote unquote bleeders. So this spend greater than 10. I guess I have to check them both, sorry. So there we go. We learned that you have to check when you're adding the filters, or else it's not going to apply the filter. So here we go. So everything here that's spent over $10 and has an ACOS of over 50. So I can say, you know what? How about I optimize all of these bids? And we'll jump into the optimization in a second. But it's like, how about I optimize all of these bids? Because, and maybe looking at the ad groups can be crazy. So we can turn off the ad groups. And now it's a lot cleaner to see, okay, these are the campaigns that I really have to dive into. Our spend is right here. So I'll say, look at these. They're spending all of this money, and a lot of them is not that profitable. Maybe, let's see here. Yeah, so 100. This is 148, 139. This is the remaining. So, there's a ton of campaigns here. But you can see these ones all have ACOS over 50 and spending over $10. And then combined, everything spending under $10, it's still spending a lot of money, not making enough sales. So this kind of tells me, hey, look into all of these so you can start optimizing them. So let's go back to the dashboard. Again, we've looked at these different options where we can look at products, campaigns. I'm going to dive into keywords in a second. We've covered this. You can see here the highest ACOS campaigns. So right away it tells you, here's your high ACOS campaigns. Go look into them because you can, pretty much optimize pretty quickly. Let's open this into a new tab. And right away here, the tab is open. We can see SD main keyword exact 6. It's not performing so well. It has a pretty high ACOS. And you can see we can click on the ad group right here, and it's going to take us to the keywords. And so once we see the keywords, we can right away in here, there's one keyword, I can optimize the bid right away. So this is all I can do. I can immediately optimize the bid. But I'm going to show you a trick in a second that's going to make this all a lot easier. But as you can see in the ad group level here, you can see the keywords, you can see the different search terms. So right away, you can see the different search terms you're bidding on, any negative keywords that we added, and what the product that we're bidding on is. So obviously for me, I'm bidding on just that one product. And it's this product right here. Again, here you can look at spend. It's going to give you a chart of the spend. It's going to give you a chart of the sales. And it's going to be spend on this axis, on the left axis, and then conversion rate on this axis. And then here it's going to be sales on this axis, ACOS on that axis with the dates. The beautiful thing is it gives you current versus previous period. So right now we have it set to May 23rd to May 29th, which is last week. So you can see from the week before to last week, basically the change is we went down from 778 in sales to 384 in sales, which says, why is our sales going down so much? And you can see the ACOS went from 34 to 48. So maybe we're having an issue here that we should look into. Again, with the spend and the conversion rate, the spend went up by $86, or went down, sorry, by $86. So you can see we're spending a little bit less money, but at the same time, our conversion rate is less. It went from 19 to 14% to 15%. So it's, again, very important to keep those things in mind because it's very nice to see what's your week on week, and you can adjust this to whatever you want. You can say, okay, how's my ACOS and how is my cost per click? And you can see our ACOS went up by 13 and our cost per click went up by 5 cents. And just to let you guys know, since I recently plugged this in, there is a little bit of a disconnect in the data. So you should give it a few days to let all the data load, because as you can see here, we don't have any data. And as you can see here, we don't have any data. So there could be some sort of lack of data, but it's fine. We'll wait a little bit and it's going to come back. So Next, I want to show you keywords. So we're going to jump into keywords, and this is super, super cool because once we're in keywords, we can pretty much go and look at all of the keywords and the performance of every single one of our keywords and make decisions from there. So again, we have all of these keywords, and we're going to say show 100 rows per page. This way I don't have to, there's 25 pages at 25 rows per page. I don't want to do that. Maybe we'll reduce that down to like 5 or 4 or 6. Oh, showing 1 of 100. So yeah, there's a ton of rows here. Obviously I have a ton of keywords, but what I can do is, instead of going through all of those keywords, remember when I do my bulk sheet optimization and I'm looking at certain parameters, I can do it right here. You know, obviously we're going to talk about optimization more in a second, but I can say, okay, everything with an ACOS of over 50 and everything with a spend of over, $10 and has at least, greater than, let's say 3 clicks. And what else do we want to do? Yeah, I think that's good, right? So if our ACOS is high, if we've actually spent money and we've got a few clicks, show those to me. And I'm assuming here ACOS over 50. You can have ACOS over 40 or over 70, however you want. Obviously, optimizing based on ACOS is going to depend on where you are. So it seems here that this and this are the only 2 keywords that fit that criteria. So right away, you can go in here and you can click on them. So let's click on them. And you can optimize the bids right in here. So it says, here's the keyword. And once this loads, you can see right here, here is the keyword, and we can optimize the bid right here. So it makes things very easy for you. Now, our conversion rate on this keyword is 14.29%, which is very, very, very high. But if we dive a little bit deeper into the numbers, we've spent $12.83, we've made $19.95. Our cost per click is 1.83. We've had 7 clicks. We can also look at impressions. So right here is where we can add the different types of columns. Click apply, and you can see here we've had 443 impressions. 7 people clicked based on those 443 impressions, and then out of the 7 people that clicked, we had 1 conversion. So our conversion rate on this keyword is 14.29, which says, okay, it's a high converting keyword, but maybe the bid is too high because we're spending $12.83 and it's making $19.95. Maybe if we spent $7 or $8, then that ACOS would be favorable. So it's just something to keep in mind. This is data that you will not get in the bulk sheet. So you have to actually calculate for this by dividing the number of orders by the number of clicks. So it's very important to look at that data. Now, let's dive right into more fun stuff. So for here, Ads Manager. Now this is where you're going to manage your ads. And so you can see here again, spend and conversion rate, and you can see how our conversion rate is for the different keywords, how the spend is, and it shows you, week on week. Now, right here, we can see every single campaign, what the target value is of our ACOS, what the actual ACOS is, and if we want to automate it. So basically right here, I can say, okay, my target, right now I'm at 64%. I would not recommend that you do a target value greater than 10% difference between this. So I wouldn't go from 64 to 30, because what's going to happen most likely is the automation will say, okay, we need to really aggressively bring this down. And that is not the best approach to optimizing bids. What I would do is go no more than 10% difference. So we're at 64 right now. Let's set it to 54. Now, the problem with this, and we can turn the automation on, the problem with this is you're probably going to have to jump in every few days, look at what your campaign bids are, your campaign ACOS is, and look at the target ACOS that you've set. And then from that target ACOS that you've set, if now it's brought it down to 54%, you're going to have to say, okay, bring it down to 44, bring it down to 34. And let's say, 34 is your target, you'll bring it down to 34. Again, it makes life easy here. We can sort by ACOS. ACOS is greater than 50, and sales is obviously greater than 1. Apply here. And it's going to show us everything with an ACOS over 50. So that was the only one with an ACOS over 50. So maybe we can make this 40 and see what else can we optimize. So here, one that's 46. So we can edit this and make it 36% and turn on the automation. So now we have 2 that have been automated. one has a target of 36%. This one should have a target of 54%. And automation is turned on for both. Now, let's close these filters so we can look at the rest of the data. So now I can say, okay, let's see what other things we can optimize. So I can say anything that has a spend. So the sales is less than 1 and the spend is greater than $5. We remove this. We don't care about ACOS at this time. So spend and sales right here. And we're probably going to show all of the keywords, all of the campaigns that have spend, right? Here, spend 10, 9, 5, and there's no sales. ACOS is 0, there's no sales. And right now, here is where we can, have some automations set up. And if we turn on the automations, what this is going to do is it's going to try and optimize the bids for you to get that target ACOS. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be able to, if you don't have any sales, lower the bids for things that are not having sales, or maybe increase the bids to test. So we'll find out, but this is where you can turn on automation for things that are, not doing so well. And the beautiful thing is, guys, you can always just add all of those filters based on what you're looking for, and then, optimize right there. Suggestions. Let's look at the different suggestions. So right here, they're going to tell us, different suggestions for bid optimization, new keywords, and negative keywords. So here, these are all keywords that spent or didn't spend anything at all. The target is 30%. Right now, these are our bids, and its suggestion is to, increase the bids a little bit because you're not getting any spend. So right away, I can select all here and apply the changes. So again, bid is 285. We're going to apply the change. Click apply the 12 changes, and it will automatically update all of these bids for you. And you can obviously deselect if certain things, like if it says, hey, lower the bid for some, branded keywords, you can say, you know what? No. If I'm bidding on hard work or hydrolyte or MMA nutrition or whatever, I do not want to, lower the bids because it doesn't make any sense, or increase the bids because it doesn't make any sense. And so you can kind of exclude that. Here, new keywords, it hasn't discovered any new keywords. Negative keywords, it hasn't identified any negative keywords. But this is generally where you will find all of those. Change log is really cool because now you can see what you've done. So I can see here, okay, an Adtomic suggestion was applied manually to change from $2 to $2.10. So now I can go back and look at my change log and say, did I do something? Did I lower my auto campaign by like 30 cents and as a result my impressions dipped really hard? Did I turn off a certain campaign and my sales went from here to here? So, these are basically, things that we're going to consider, and I can look at the change log and say, did I make a mistake? Did I mess something up? And I can go back and change it. So it's really cool that there's a change log. We're going to jump into products. So to view this page, I need to authorize the MWS token. So we're not able to really look at the products here until I have the token. But anyways, let's go back to the analytics. Analytics is one that I skipped through and just jumped it right into the ad manager. But I want to touch on the analytics because understanding your analytics is very important. I'm going to explain to you what the data means, and it's going to tell you what's going on. So we have the 3 levels that we can show: ad groups, ASINs, and keywords. For now, I have keywords open, and basically what this shows me is at the campaign level, every campaign and all of the keywords that are in that campaign. Now, a box here means product targeting. Here it means an exact targeting. P means a phrase targeting. B means a broad targeting. And I can see every single one of my keywords right here. As you can see, these are all of my keywords. There's 100 rows here, and you can go next, 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 and I can see what's going on. So again, I can always apply a filter, and I can, say, okay, show me everything that has a ROAS of less than 1. Let's see what the issues with those are. And then it'll show me all of the keywords with a ROAS less than 1, and I can right away jump right in, click on it, and optimize the bid right there if I want to. So you kind of get that granular approach if you want to, and look at every keyword one by one, or you can apply the automation. The automation will obviously apply at a campaign level, but as you can see here, here's everything we've spent money on and does not have a good ROAS. And let's say, okay, no problem. Let's look at a simple one. This one, spent $5.41 didn't do well. There's no sales here. So I'm going to wait till this loads. And as soon as this loads, all I'm going to do is just going to optimize the bid and make it a little bit lower. Now, if you're wondering how much lower should I lower the bids by, if it's 195 and it's spending a little bit of money, the click-through rate is pretty low, all of that stuff, I can just lower it by 10 cents. So I can bring it down to 185, right? It's that simple. Click apply that one change. And make sure you always click apply the change, or else it's not going to apply any of the changes. Again, we can look at the search terms that are related to this product, and this is a phrase, so it hasn't been able to detect any other keywords aside from this, or maybe it's just a little bit too early in my account. It hasn't loaded the data. But we'll go back to the analytics just so we can take another look at it. And here you go. Again, we're back at the analytics. We can look at in the ad group level, we can look at the keyword level, so we can just simply look at just all of the keywords. We can look at the search term level, so we can look at all of the search terms, and see what's going on with the search terms. And if we want, we can extract the good ones. Remember, it's very, very simple. So here's all like the keywords on the keyword level that are following this. So let me remove these different filters. So now that I removed all the filters, we can see all of the different keywords here at the different keyword level. And like I'm saying, you can export anything that you want. So you can always go ahead and say, let me filter by 1, 2, and 3, and just go ahead and export it right here. Let's look at the search term level. I'm hoping, yeah, see, this is awesome. So it shows us a lot of search terms, and I can very quickly say, okay, it spent $15, it made me $19.95, the equals 78, I can immediately add that to negative keywords, right? If it's good, I can extract that, and what I can do is say, okay, show me keywords with the ACOS less than 30%, right here. And I can say, okay, for these two products and this, what I can do is I can go ahead, export that, add them in campaigns, create new campaigns revolving around them, because they're good performing keywords. Now, obviously, we want to make sure that these are unique, so we have to deduplicate. You don't want to take this and launch it if it's or take this keyword and launch it. Maybe this shows up in the auto campaign, but we're already bidding on it. And maybe this shows up in a broad campaign, but we're already bidding on it. So you don't want to duplicate any efforts. Sometimes that's how it is, in broad campaigns, a keyword is performing much better than in an exact campaign, and we're already bidding on it. So you definitely don't want to launch it twice, but it's good to know that it's doing a good ACOS. But that's pretty much it from a full overview of Adtomic. Obviously, I can go hours and hours talking about this. There's tons of features that this software has. It's really good for analytics, really good for automating some bid automations, really good for adding negatives, really good for understanding your week on week conversion rates for certain keywords, all of that kind of stuff. So I hope this was good for you guys. If there's anything that you want me to dive a lot deeper in, definitely let me know. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I took you guys on this journey through Adtomic, full review of what the tool does, all the different features it has. If while watching this video you thought that there's some features that you could use and that you liked, definitely go and sign up. I have my link below for Helium 10. You get 50% off, and there's a bunch of discounts. So anyways, check them out in the description below. If this was helpful for you guys, please subscribe. And to everyone who comments on this video and tags Helium 10, I am going to give away my PPC University course. One student is going to get the PPC University course for free, so you can check it out at thepPCUniversity.com. I have a full free Amazon course, by the way, for $1, and it covers everything that you need to know about Amazon from A to Z. I have another one, which is an hour long for $1, that covers Amazon PPC step by step. And then I have the full fundamentals of Amazon PPC course, which you can get right here, and I'm giving it away to one person for free if you comment down below. So make sure to comment, guys, subscribe, and peace out.